Bees are invaluable to the growth and production of food, but their population is declining globally. To attract bees to our gardens, we need to grow plants that attract them. For seasonal gardeners, this seems logical, but for newbies like me, it wasn't so obvious when I started. When I set up my balcony garden, I didn't think much about bees as I assumed they would come once the plants were out there. Some bees did come, as I had wild strawberries, which unfortunately didn't survive the 24-25 winter, and tomatoes. But in all honesty, I expected more buzzing and more little bodies flying around. It wasn't until my second year of growing that I intentionally planted wildflowers to attract bees and butterflies. In 2025, I stepped up my game and planted quite a lot of wildflowers not only on my balcony but also in the planters around the parking lot, which is at the back of our building. Last year, not that many wildflowers took root, maybe because I planted them very late in the season, so hopefully this year will be a bit better. Also, last year I added a lavender plant to my balcony which survived the winter. The plant is thriving and a real magnet for at least one bee. I think this is the same lonely bee that visits the plant in the morning. I'm still waiting for the wildflowers to blossom and some of the unknown plants, as I call them. 3 years ago, I bought 4 plants which had picture of a bee on their stickers. Since they were all tiny, I planted them in one pot. After the first year, just one plant was left, even though the sticker said that they were all perennial plants. This year, a completely different plant has taken over the pot than the one that grew last year. Observing this particular pot of plants feels like working on an art project. You start off with something very clear and specific, and then nature, aka life, creativity and circumstances take over, and you end up with something equally interesting but very different from the initial idea. My balcony garden really mirrors my creative practice and is always in transition. Honeybees make honey for us and are kept in beehives. Both in the cities and in the countryside, we need wild bees. When you plant with bees in mind, try to avoid synthetic pesticides and herbicides. This makes the bees sick and disrupt their navigation, behavior and memory. I know that organic soil or compost will be more expensive. Still, by investing in organic soil and compost, you not only build a bee-friendly environment in your garden, but also look after the lovely worms that work the soil. Compost organic waste if you can, as this is the best and the most sustainable way of feeding the soil. Urbanization pushes wildlife, including wild bees, away from cities, so by planting bee-friendly flowers, we contribute to the creation of the environment that welcomes them back. Even if you only have a window box, offer it to the wildflowers or herbs, which would help feed the bees. Keep in mind, they need to be fed at the start of the spring season and late in the fall as well. In the description box below, you will find bee-friendly flowers and herbs. However, please check if those plants are native in your area. And happy planting and growing!